Thank you again for the patience. Let's see if we can try this again. Hopefully you're all seeing my screen. Okay, so I'll go back to the first live, Pan American Live, established in 1911. The company is based in New Orleans. We operate in the 49 states of the US, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico. We are a mutual hold company. We also have a subsidiary in Cayman Island where we write our international business as well as our foreign national business. And we have been doing this for around 110 years almost. So we are used to underwrite risks from all over the world with no problem. Okay. Vision of the company, mission, and values are here. I think the most important thing is we are a very transparent company, a lot of accountability, teamwork, and integrity. We are based in the US. We have all the regulations from the US, and all the policies are, even if they come from Thailand, they have the sponsorship of the head office in New Orleans. So I think that brings peace of mind to all the agents that work with us. Key 8 factors for our company: strategic focus on life, health, and accident lines of business. Like I mentioned, 22 countries outside of the US, 49 states, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands. Conservative company, not only on the underwriting the risk, but how we invest the money. Very good portfolio products. What we try to do is we try to have a consistent growth around the years. We are not a company that try to recruit mass number of agents, but we want to build partnerships that can grow with us. A strong balance sheet and capital asset generation. We have very good ratings from AM Best and Fitch. By the way, they were ratified during this pandemic. So I think that is a good sign. A lot of companies in the US struggle as well, but we were ratified on both ratings. We went through very tough scenarios of financial exposure to see how well the company will keep their financial strength. So that is a very good solution for us. This is a little bit updated information. We have around 6.2 billion in assets, 6 million clients insured, around 2,000 employees in 22 countries. I mentioned excellent ratings, risk-based capital ratio of 482, and surplus of 22.2%. So it's a very strong company when it comes to doing business with our agents and partners. Something to highlight: we have already paid 400 claims of COVID. Our products are not, they don't have exception for COVID. So that is a very good sign. And we have paid claims in the US, outside the US, in the international market, Asian market. So that is bring peace of mind to our agents that want to work with us. Okay. So let me talk a little bit about our business, what we call a story of long-lasting partnership, and how we work with our global high net worth individuals. Just some statistical information for you. In the US, foreign residents represent 12.9% of the population in the US. So individuals that might be a second generation of people that came from outside the US, that they build their business here, or that they have both residence in the US and outside. But some of their kids, some of their generations that are doing business represent around 40 million people here. We have around 100 billion real estate purchased annually by foreign individuals, meaning a lot of people that, because in their countries, uncertainty, economic situations, uncertainty, political situations, devaluation of the currency, exchange rates, all of that, they want to diversify. Sometimes they leave their money in their country, but they want to diversify and place the money in a secure vehicle that will provide them peace of mind that is an extreme currency and that have the legal component that will bind them for any fluctuations, any risks. So they see a lot of opportunities with Pan America. All other information that I think is important: 20% of the U.S. investment and 43 of the stocks is secured by foreign investors, people that again come to the US and place their money either in stocks or in debt of the US. So I think it's a great opportunity to see how this market has great potential for you guys. Just some information. We also expand our operation in Asia. We are now accepting business from Asian markets. Just for you to know, you might already know this: 80% of Asia Pacific surpassed the wealth of the US in 2015. In Asia, the high net worth population represents 6.2 million people, representing 34% of the total high net worth population. In Asia, the financial wealth was around 21.6 trillion dollars, representing 30.8 of the global wealth. So this is a market that is very interesting to us, and we have also solutions for this kind of clientele. Okay, just making sure that you can hear me okay. If you can confirm on the chat that you can hear me okay, we'll appreciate it. Some other reasons why people come here, like I mentioned, 81% they look for investment opportunities, diversification, because in their countries there's a lot of risk, portfolio diversification. Some people already have investment opportunities with their banks, with their asset management, but sometimes they want to have a more secure vehicle. And 79% economic risk concern their market. What I can tell you now from experience, and this is based on what kind of business we are getting, for example, is there's a lot of clients from Latin America, especially Mexico, where they have experienced through the COVID significant gains in their company. So now they are sitting in a lot of cash, and that will represent a lot of tax for their companies. So what they are doing is they are bringing that cash into the US. They are getting life insurance policies for the owner of the business, for the key man, or for the partners in the business. And they are putting that cash to be productive 5, 6, 7 years now. And then eventually they will withdraw that cash. If something happened to the owners of those companies or the key men, that money returns to their country as a death benefit with no tax implications. So there's a lot of good things that came out of COVID, especially for companies that are making money. Now they have a solution to place the money with us and avoid that taxation. They can create a shelter for those taxations. So that can be done in Mexico, that can be done from clients that come from Asia, from Latin America. So we have a very good solution for that. Let me explain you a little bit about the two models that we work with, so you can have a clear vision of how you can direct clients to Pan American. We run two models. So the first model, of course, is for US clients, people that are citizens or residents in the US. So we sell in 49 states. We have 4 term products, 1 universal life product, and 1 index product. And of course, nowadays with the compression of interest rates, a lot of people are looking into index products, and a lot of clients buy term products in the US. But I think with a little bit more explanation, there's significant amount of high ultra net worth individuals that would like to put cash into our policies to accumulate and eventually withdraw that cash eventually in through the time. So we target US clients, domestic or residents. Okay, so that is our first business model that you have access, and that can be accessed through 49 states. There's no problem over there. The other model that we work is what we call the foreign national model. And that is the sweetest spot for Pan American Life. And let me explain you why. I'll give you two examples. First of all, we have, let's say, a client from Mexico. Okay, client from Mexico comes to Texas. He can buy either a US policy or a Cayman Island policy. What is the major difference between the US and Cayman? In the Cayman policy, there's no MEC limits. So if the client was to buy a life insurance of 300,000 and make a deposit of $5 million, there's no problem. That product doesn't have a MEC. The product is registered in 5 states: Arizona, Florida, Hawaii, Nevada, and Texas. Why we registered those the Cayman products in those 5 states to start with? Because those are the what we consider the doors when coming to the US. People that come from Latin America normally come to Florida. People that come from Mexico and other places come from Arizona, Nevada, Texas. A lot of people from Asia come to Texas. And then a lot of people from Asia stop in Hawaii to come to the mainland. So that is why we just filed those products with those states. Okay. The benefit of this is one, it doesn't have a MEC. And second, we don't require any nexus. A lot of the carriers that are working in the foreign national market that work with high network or ultra high network, because of the regulation in the US, they have been requesting more and more nexus from the client. Nexus meaning a property, assets here, a bank account, investment account, certain relationship with the US. And we have a lot of clients that they might have the relationship, but they don't want to disclose that, or they might not even have it. They might just have a operation of a trade. Their company is in outside the US. They bring their goods here and they get paid outside. So technically, they don't have a bank account and all of that. So right now, it's even more complex to people to open bank accounts in the US. They are asking a lot of questions and all of things. So it becomes difficult. So in that sense, Pan American do not require even an address here. So if the client, let's say, is from Mexico, he can put the address from Mexico. He can pay me with a credit card or a wire transfer from their country. And he does not need a nexus with me, does need a property or a bank account or assets or anything. Of course, we will do our due diligence, our underwriting process. And of course, if he has 5, 10 million, we will require certain financial information from their country, but we can underrun this kind of client. And this can apply to Latin American countries, Mexico, people that come from Asia as well. Okay. The other side of the business is there are certain individuals that might come to the US, not necessarily to those states that I mentioned before, but they are foreign nationals and they would like to buy a policy. So the policy that they can buy is a US policy. It cannot be the Cayman unless you fly into those states. But if you have a foreign national, let's say a Canadian coming to Minnesota, he can get a US policy as a foreign national. The only limitation will be the MEC. So if he wants to dump a lot of money in the policy, there might be some limitation. Besides that, no nexus, no additional requirements. So the major difference is based on the client's need, what model does he wants to use? In our experience, what we are seeing more and more is people coming to these states and getting $1 million face amount and placing a lot of cash in the IUL policies, because those policies allow you to do partial surrenders in 5, 6 years, and they can get the money out for any other investments, any other things. So that is the major benefit of the Cayman Island product. But besides that, the products are the same. IUL products are the same. The UL product is the same. In the domestic, we have 4 terms. In the Cayman Island, we have only 2 terms, 20 and 30. Okay. In the US, we have 10, 15, 20, and 30. So, as part of the conversation with Case, we also target high net worth individuals here. Why? Again, because as part of their conversations with their estate planners or their financial advisors or their bank institutions, a lot of these wealthy people in the US, they already had investment. They already have properties. They already have money on the stock market. So now they are sitting on cash that they want to put somewhere that they can become very profitable, no risk. That's an IUL product. So a lot of clients come to us in that sense. And why is Pan American important? Because our clients, our policies start in 200,000. Our terms start in 500,000. And a lot of the big carriers, I'm talking about AXA, New York Life, Pacific Life, all those big carriers, they all like the huge, high, ultra network client. But those clients, sometimes they want to put 40, 50, 60 million. So everybody fights for those clients. And they don't want the client for 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, because of the nexus, because of their requirements and all of that. We like those clients. Our sweet spot is between 1 to 50 million. So between 1 and 10 million, we have direct discretion of underwriting. 10 million is enough. We'll have to go to reinsurance. But like I said, 1 to 15 million is our sweet spot for people that want to allocate money in the US. The other good thing is our products also have a separation between CRS reporting and not. Yes, I'm hearing some echo as well. Let me see if we can do something here. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, let's see if you can, let's see, we will do something here so we don't have the echo. Give me 1 second. I'm still having the echo here. I apologize. Let's see if we can do something here. Okay, hopefully we'll get corrected. If not, I will be sharing the presentation as well, so you can review it later on. I just want to give you some strategic details. As part of these, like I mentioned, our US product do not have a CRS reporting. Our Cayman products, they do have a CRS report. Like FACTA and CRS, the governments, when they impose these laws or they create these laws, basically, they want to understand how people pay taxes. So the CRS was created for outside investors, so the foreign governments can in a sense track who's not paying taxes. Okay, so some clients, they already have their corporations, their tax shelters, their trusts, so they get Cayman Island products, even though they have a CRS reporting. We provide to the client a W-8 form, so in that sense, they don't pay taxes in the US. They will have to deal that in their own countries. Some clients, they like not having that problem, so they buy a US domestic product. But again, 90% of our clients buy the PACI Cayman Island, especially because of the MEC or non-MEC capacities. Okay. next slide. Um, Give me 1 second, please. Okay, so some important comments here is for both Cayman Island products or the US products, who can be the owner and the client of this product? So we can have an individual ownership, foreign corporation, US or foreign trust, or an LLC. So a lot of our clients, especially that come from Asia, they already have foreign corporations, or they have foreign trusts, or sometimes foreign LLCs, which the LLC will buy the policy for the key men or the partners, and the foreign trust or the LLC will pay the policy. So we allow that in our products. Okay, it's very simple. The individuals that want the Cayman product, they have to come here with a B1 or B2. That's a tourist visa or an investment visa, and that's it. They don't need to present anything else to us. No nexus, no bank account, no minimum worth in the US, anything else. The same with our domestic products. If you have a Canadian that wants to come to buy a policy in Minnesota, he can do the same. He can be a US or foreign individual, or if he has a corporation, a trust, LLC, he can buy the policy in the US. Okay, so that is a very easy process for foreign nationals to acquire policies from us. Okay, like I said, premium payments can be submitted or has to be submitted in US dollars, but they can be in both systems sent by the credit card on their countries or wire transfer. If the individual have a bank here in the US, if the corporation has a bank in the US, they can pay the policy with a check from the bank in the US. Okay. Again, our limits on IUL is 100,000. In index product, 200,000. Term product, 200,000. In the Cayman Island, the UL and IUL starting 200,000, the term starting 500,000. Okay, this is a snapshot of what countries we take clients from. And so you can see a lot of companies, they don't want clients from Brazil, they don't want clients from Mexico, Venezuela, Colombia, because they don't understand how to underwrite them, maybe because of the risk of money laundering, a lot of things. So we can take those clients. We have a lot of filters to prevent OFAC and all these situations of money laundering and trafficking and all of that. So we have all systems in place, but we are used to underwrite these kind of clients. From the Asian part of the world, Japanese, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Philippines, Singapore, South Korea, individuals that normally come to Hawaii, they can get a Cayman product. If they come to California, they can get a US product. They do exams here and sign the application here. The other benefit for the clients, they don't need to come back to have their policy delivered. We deliver electronically their policy to their countries. A lot of the big carriers are asking the clients to come back to the US to deliver the policy. We don't need that. So that's another huge benefit. And of course, Europe is all open. So again, I'm sure that you all have clients and contacts around these markets. So that's where Pan American becomes very strong. Okay. On the product, I don't want to do a lot of information. I think our key product is the one we call Global Assets Iul. Is an index product. The major benefit is that it has three index attached to the three major markets, S&P, Hansen, and Euro 50. So it brings an international perspective to the client. We normally illustrate our products at 6.17%, but we have different caps for the different markets. So Standard and Poor's, our cap is 10, for Hansen is 12, and for Euro 50 is 15. And the floor is zero. So there's no risk for the client. If this year they make a lot of money, next year any of the stock market go down, they will keep the money. So it's a very good solution for clients who want to take advantage of placing the money in a instrument that there's no risk for them. Okay, so I think those are the major things of the product within this product. This presentation I will share with Kay so you can review it. There's a lot of information about the index, but certainly you probably can see it and review it in your spare time. There's also information about our IUL products. For example, we have one that is called Next Gen IUL. That's from Cayman. Our interest rate guarantee is 3%. The current is 375. Okay. This product can take clients up to 90 years old. Right now, because of the pandemic, we are taking clients up to 80. Normally, before the pandemic, we will be taking clients up to 90 years old. You will tell me why somebody will get a 90 years old get a life insurance policy. They don't get a life insurance policy as a vehicle of protection. They do it more as wealth transfer. So, for example, we just finished a client in Peru, 80 years old. He opened a policy for $1 million, but he placed $3 million single premium. So, whenever he passed away, the kids will receive a benefit of close to $6 to $7 million, tax free. That money can be deposited in the trust in a US bank. They can be transferred to Peru. There's no tax in that kind of money. So these individuals that are now baby boomers, they are looking a way to transfer wealth to their kids. Most of them, some of the millennials, some of them a little older, but because it took these baby boomers a lot of time to make this wealth, they don't just want to give it away. They want to put it into an instrument that will guarantee at some point how that money is going to come to their families, either to pay the schools of their kids, the grandkids, continue to the family operation, anything like that. So that is why they buy these kind of products. Okay. So that is kind of how we do business. Pretty much the submission requirements that, like any other companies, cover letter, the application, allocation forms for the index product, uh, copy of the passport, the signed illustration, policy delivery receipt, initial premium. So we also have the different vendors in the US to conduct medical exam, APEPS, exam one, MSI. So here in the US, it's very simple. Even with the pandemic, we are seeing a lot more of interaction, especially with foreign nationals. What I can tell you is there's a lot of interest for foreign national clients, especially now that the US is kind of opening up to fly again. These people or our distribution is already talking to clients, filling out paperwork. So when they come here, they just do the exam and they can go back to the country with a policy. So there's a significant amount of interest in the foreign national market. Okay. So that's kind of how we work. We have a portal for our agents called Producer Direct, and we have a portal for our clients called Client Direct. I head the operation for foreign national as well as domestic and international for Latin America for private client life. I have a team of underwriters. I have a team of support people, like commercial support sales associates that can help you with illustrations and paperwork and all of that. But we are here to help. We are a mid-sized company in the US. but we have a lot of experience underwriting this kind of clientele. Okay, so that is, I think, the two areas where you significantly can grow your business, either with U.S. citizens or residents, selling them life insurance, traditional life insurance, index, term, and especially with foreign nationals that come to the US and they want, because of the market conditions in the countries, to diversify their risk. The other market that we work, and I mentioned at the beginning, is what we call the international market. Maybe something that you want to look in the future is a little bit more challenging. It's not impossible to do it, but requires a little bit more effort because we will have to appoint. I will give you an example. If you have a client in China, we will have to appoint somebody in China from your organization to see the client physically. The client in Asia have to go to Singapore or Hong Kong to conduct medical exams. We are building some contracts in China, especially to do medicals out there. And the client will have to do this through a trust, okay? And we will place the business. So the challenging part is appointing somebody outside of your country that you know or that you might have the relationship. It can be done. Certainly, we have some carriers in the US, some master agencies like yours that have clients that are already doing business outside the US. The challenging part is finding the right people outside. So, from my experience, I've been doing this for 22 years. I think producers, agents, agencies that are here in the US, it's very simple to capture foreign national clients, especially with this product that do not require a nexus. They feel more comfortable coming to the US, do medicals here, going back to the country and paying. I think that is a win-win for everybody. You don't need to appoint anybody besides yourself. You will see the client. So it's very simple. Now, if you have clients outside, maybe you run into one, two, three clients. Until we figure out how to do it, we certainly have some partners in Asia already, or partners in Latin America, where you can reach out to me and say, Luis, I have a client in Chile, for example. He's not planning to come to the US, but he wants a life insurance policy. We will make it happen. We will coordinate through our partners in Chile so they can see the client, they can write the business, you get the commission. We will not lose the client. But until we figure out how to manage the logistics of appointing people outside, I think the two major markets that you need to concentrate are the foreign national and the domestic. We have a lot of agreements with banks. So if you have people that know in different banks, the small banks, a lot of the states have small banks. There's a lot of foreign nationals that come and open a bank account. They don't have a bank account, they open a bank account, but they have a lot of business here in the US. So through the bank partners, you can certainly facilitate some of this business. So I think there's a lot of venues and avenues that we can take to grow both the domestic and the foreign national market. Okay. Any questions about what I just mentioned? And not is a lot of information. I will send this presentation, but like I said, it's a matter of learning how to work with Pan American, and we have a very strong sweet spot. 1 million or 750 to $10 million. That can make you a lot of revenue just from foreign national clients. And I'm not counting even the domestic clients that you can contact. So I think something that you can consider adding to your conversations with your clients, actual client or future clients. The good thing, a lot of people that come from Latin America, they already know Pan American because we have a very strong branding outside of the US. We have 22 operations. So you might have Colombians here, Ecuadorians, Peruvians, Brazilians, Argentinians, they already know the company outside. So it's easy to sell. People from Asia, they like our product that does not require a Mac. So they are used to put significant amount of money in life insurance policies. We can do also premium financing. So we are working on that as well. So that's kind of the story of Pan American. Any questions? I'm gonna pass the mic to you guys to see if you have any questions. Maybe something that I want to add, I just forgot to tell you is if you have medicals done in country, for example, you have a foreign national comes from Mexico here, and he does the medical exam here, but we will require additional medical information. We can read exams from outside. We will require the client to send exams from their doctors, and we can read it. So we can read Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese. So we facilitate a lot the life for foreign nationals. Okay, and all the material is a lot in multi-language material, English, Spanish, Chinese. Okay. Any question? Case, I pass it back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Luis. That was great, exciting. We are excited and motivated to do more business in the foreign national markets and the international markets. So thank you very much for the training. Hey guys, you guys have any questions at all for Luis?
And again, as you know the process, as you start learning how to work with Pan American, we are here to hold the hands of you guys and facilitate this. But I can tell you, it's been a very successful business of Pan American. We have agencies that they close maybe 10, 12 policies, and they make between $7 to $10 million in premium in 10 policies, in 8 policies. So there's a lot of money outside that is gonna come to the US, especially because all the situations in the world and all the money that is sitting in these companies, they're gonna start bringing the money inside the US.
Okay, thank you very much, Luis. I don't see any questions here. So if you can email me the presentation or any other materials that you have, and then I will forward to my team with this recording video, and we can go from there.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being patient. Sorry for the echo, but hopefully you can get a good idea of how we can help you, and here we're here to assist you and grow your business. I appreciate it, and have a good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you.